Hey guys, Zelonius here. Welcome to another video on the channel. In today's video, we are going to be talking about some of the biggest mistakes you need to avoid when building your FIFA Ultimate Team.
Are you fed up of getting out-teamed on FIFA? Want that God squad that you've always dreamed of? Check out MMOEXP and use code ZEL at checkout for a 5% discount. Check out the link below. MMOEXP, the best place to buy coins.
Ultimate Team is a grind. Ultimate Team is a long-term project that lasts a year for a lot of people who grind the game throughout the year, and there are a lot of pitfalls and mistakes that you guys can fall into on your account that can end up putting you back a lot or making your team much worse. So in this video we're going to go through a lot of different modes in the game and talk about some of the best things you can do and some of the mistakes you can avoid to make sure your ultimate team is as good as it can be. This can be relevant whether you're a road to glory or you spend a lot of money. Obviously, it can vary based on bit, but we'll talk about that as we go through it. So the objectives. Look at the objectives mode. The objectives mode, well, not mode, but stuff. I often forget to claim it. Unfortunately, the season progress, EA have really not done a lot in terms of making it very viable. Even these guys at the end, which can take a long time to get to, aren't very good. Honestly, probably the best part of these is just the TIFO stuff. The packs tend to be pretty awful, which is a shame. It should be a lot better, so I wouldn't be too worried about this. Now, some of these, you can get players that end up being decent at times. What I would say with these objectives is have a look at them regularly, every few days or so, especially on Fridays when we get new content drops, and have a quick look for them. So during the World Cup swaps, they were pretty good. When you look at these objectives, always try and make sure if you are able to do them as efficiently as possible. So there's a lot of times where people do one, whereas they could have done 3 or 4 at the same time if they'd have been a bit more smart. So that's something to look out for. The milestones, these don't really matter in the sense of you'll just do these naturally over time, so just let that build up. A lot of people don't realise this. The transfer list, you can very quickly go sort your club a lot easier by pressing the left stick in the transfer list, and then you can use filters here to look for your club. Very quick way to save you a lot of time that a lot of people don't realise. Transfer targets, somewhat useful if you're looking for a long-term bidding for player. The transfer market works better than buying players off the squad section, so use that. SBCs, now this is a big area where people make a lot of mistakes. SBCs, I could do a video just dedicated to SBCs by themselves. EA love to throw lots of random crap at us in these SBCs. Quite often they make them very expensive too. There are often some really good value ones, like this one here, the mixed campaign player pick. Getting an 86 out of position, team the honourable mentions or Centurion, let's look what it costs. It's going to cost you an 85 rated squad. So what I do when I look at SBCs, what I do when I get SBCs is make sure I go to Footbin. Well, when I'm considering SBCs, I go to Footbin to see the cost of it. So I'm looking on Footbin. This 86 campaign pack is 90k. Then you have to weigh up what are the odds of you getting something usable in your club. This is for like these mixed campaign stuff. What are the odds of you getting something that you actually long-term going to have any use for in your team? Very low probably. You're most likely getting a very bad 86 or 87 out position or Centurion. Therefore, it is probably not worth it. There is an element of you end up getting a lot of untradeable fodder over time, so you will end up needing to put stuff into SBCs, but you still at that point want to evaluate SBCs for the value of them. So like this Mbappe was a very good card, but stupidly expensive. You can just see here how many cards there are. There's dozens every month added to the game. Swaps, if you grind in the game like mad, are a very good thing to keep an eye on. There's no ones going on at the moment. I think the Future Stars one finished. Yeah, keep an eye out for SBCs that are really good value. Like the Bale SBC, he was cheaper to do than he actually probably would have cost in terms of just pure fodder. So look out for some SBCs that sometimes come out like that. Look at 99 physical on that alloy card. If you had 4-star skills, it'd actually be somewhat okay. Interesting card. But yeah, with SBCs, that Balotelli is really good, by the way. I hadn't seen him before, but with a Hunter, he's going to be really fast, super strong, 5-star, 4-star. How much is that Balotelli? 85k. Not bad for that Balotelli, especially. Oh, wait, he's in the Swiss league. That's why he's so cheap. Okay. You have to watch out for that as well. A lot of people do SBCs without actually realising how the card's going to fit into the team. When you're doing SBCs, you really have to consider chemistry, long-term viability, value of the card, how it's going to fit into your team. SBC is one of the best ways EA drain coins from you and make you end up spending more money on the game or not enjoying it as much because you just drain your coins on them. So be very careful with that. The store. EA has been a lot better this year in terms of giving actual offers in here. Again, I still think most of the offers are pretty bad. A lot of the time, if you're really trying to do the swaps and max them out, you'll find in the promo pack section they'll do packs that have the swap tokens in. I don't think that should be a thing, but if you want to max out the swaps, that's something to do. You should always do your preview pack each day. Ultimately, you are most likely never really getting a huge pull in it, but I have seen people get massive pulls in it. I would say so far this year, I've probably opened 6 or 7 of these that were profit. But that's 6. It's very quick and easy to do. That's probably made me 20,000 coins. Not a lot. Somebody out there will get lucky and make a few million coins by opening these preview packs. These are effectively a free pack each day or a free opportunity to make coins. Check the promo packs if there's any offers you think. This is for people more so going to spend. But don't just buy anything you see here. A lot of these are pretty bad. Only buy the ones that you think are actually good value. Tifo stuff, you can always check this out. I bought the Icon one. Some of those are pretty good, but obviously they're not really that important. When it comes to the play modes, make sure, as long as you've got the time to do it, you get your 8 wins in Rivals each week before the, I think it's Thursday reset. You want to get your max rewards. Foot Champs. Do I have my rewards, apparently? Oh, maybe it's because it was from last season. I have to re-qualify, yeah. Foot Champs, make sure you qualify during the week unless you've got the time to do it over the weekend. And then these modes, honestly, they're more just about whether you want to play them or not. Then the last bit we're going to talk about is chemistry and your squad. Now, there's a few things you can do here. Make sure when you're building your squad that you know all the different positions the players you've got can play. So, left wing, left mid, cam striker. One of the reasons Ginola's so good is he's so versatile. Dembele normally plays right wing, but this card can only play striker centre forward, so remember that. But luckily, Griezmann could play right wing as well. Knowing the positions your players can play can quite often open up new chemistry options and allow you to fit in some players you maybe didn't realise you could have before. So that can help a lot when it comes to team building. Fitting in players that have good chemistry makes a big difference. So Captivia helps with that double La Liga link. If I take him out, lowers the chem of Ramos because he gives Ramos the Spanish chem. I get a lot of chem from the Real Madrid anyway, but chemistry, being smart about using players who can play a variety of positions helps a lot. Sub bench. Don't have subs on your bench that never get on the pitch that are worth a lot. So if a player's if you never use your subs, you should be using them. But if you've got a sub that you never use and he's worth more than a couple of 100k, you most likely should sell him. That's a couple of 100k that's just rotting in your club that you could use elsewhere. You could be investing it. And then the last bit really we're talking about, this is more of an in-game thing, but it's important to have a game plan set up with different tactics. So many people that I coach or watch, or even when I play against me, you just tell, don't use more than one tactic. So they're losing the game and they just sat on drop back or balance and they've got no way of pressing, getting back into the game. Or they have to waste a pause to turn on constant pressure. Have 4 different tactics set up to make sure that you can switch on the fly, adapt to whatever the game's showing. Makes a big difference. There's a lot of games that I've come back into because I quickly flicked on my ultra attack in constant pressure and it helped me get back into the game. Honestly as well, I think a lot of people forget about people doing this. So when you switch to it, it catches people out. Whereas if you pause and you lose, and people probably expect you to do it. So it's kind of a mind game in terms of that. Setting up your roles. I need to do this again. It changed it because I changed my team up. It's really annoying. It shouldn't be doing that. But having your roles set up. Corners, honestly, are a pretty good way of scoring on this game. So if you can very quickly take a corner before someone can move the keeper or react to it, it can make quite a big difference. Same with free kicks. You want to be as deadly as possible from every area of the game. Having these set up, I don't think captain matters whatsoever. We'll put Ramos as the captain, why not? But getting your game plan, super subs, all these little things can give you that edge that might take you to the next level when it comes to just getting that extra rank in foot champs, extra division in rivals, getting more rewards. And obviously, if you're winning the game, if you're winning more games, you're going to enjoy the game more. So there are quite a few mistakes that we can talk about, or we've talked about avoiding, that I think can really help you guys. Appreciate you guys watching this video. Hope you've enjoyed it. As always, keep it spicy. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.